It's not about making an icon for the sake of it. It's not about making a building. It's about making a series of spaces and activating an island. It's about startup musicians. It's about everyday music. It's about the imaginative side that we all have. This is making a topography, making a landscape that people can explore and enjoy, but driven by a passion for sound and music. This is Soundscape. The brief was really interesting. How could we make a truly special, meaningful place for the citizens of Seoul and of Korea and all the visitors from all over the world? So we were thinking really how we can amplify and enhance the life that's there, not change everything, but make new linkages from both sides of the island, across, threading through the existing road bridges.
There is a rich heritage in both traditional and contemporary music within South Korea, and we wondered whether the existing facilities could be significantly enhanced by adding things like recording studios, which are often lacking within large metropolitan centres, spaces for performance, silent anechoic areas for simply losing yourself, found spaces for practice and performance, artistic spaces dotted amongst the landscape.
We want to be sure that whatever we do comes from the island and the city itself. We've looked to create a silhouette that not only echoes the mountainous terrain that Seoul people love to walk and explore around, but it also responds to the patterns of sound and music. So we've lifted up a landscape. So you walk up it and it rises and rises to create a dancing form that contains a connected route with rampways and steps and lawns and shrubs and a series of gardens. So this isn't just one large sculptural gesture, but a collection of beautiful and explorable places available for everyone. And the underside will have special reflective quality.
We chose to break down the scheme into a series of floating islands connected by thin linked walkways. It was important that the new scheme didn't feel overbearing or overpowering on top of the existing island, but something that weaved in and out of its natural topography. We then took these 7 islands, which represented the 7 major mountain ranges within Seoul, and placed them so that between the walkways you really feel like you're going between different thresholds, different moments. We then looked to create these islands and plan from a series of overlapping squares that not only relate to the patterns and grid of the existing buildings and structures below, but also create an intriguing edge that allow for a number of balcony moments and vantage points around the entire perimeter of the island.
The root of the soundscape forms a large figure of 8. This is a loop, and it stitches the main transportation drop-offs. So this bridges the 2 sides of the island and makes a dramatic entrance gateway. So there is a framed active hub in the west and a treetop walk in the east. The project includes 7 musical spaces for everyday use. There's a karaoke space up in the air, a musical cafe with amazing views out over the city, an immersive acoustic exhibition space, a classical music recital with space with instrumental learning, a K-pop experience center, a series of sound artist studios, and finally there's even an anechoic silence chamber. So on the ground, we're looking to build a variety of different functions. There'll be a waterfront amphitheatre. There'll be a restaurant with evening views. We plan to make the edge of the island more naturalistic. We will put water taxi stations and have a beach, but then in the winter transforms to an ice rink. We're also looking at the existing facilities and opening them up more and creating a couple of new courtyards to create more explorable spaces, both above and below. To access the island, we're proposing to make 2 new pedestrian and cyclist linkages. But they're not separate bridges, they're attached to the existing infrastructure. The finished project should be an intriguing urban hike where you can walk up and round and across in a figure of 8 through lush gardens. And at the same time, we make a canopy that reflects all different types of activities all year round. The project is really about creating something that captures the life and energy that the island so desperately needs. Thank you so much for the opportunity to think about this phenomenal site. The project is at an extremely early stage. You've seen drawings and renders as if it's far more thought through. What it really needs now is the collaboration and participation of the people of Seoul, of geographers, of hikers, of musicians, of residents, of the people who will come and use this every day, every week, every month. We want something that has soul and depth and sends strong messages to everybody that society coming together is what really matters. And together, after COVID, we can create new futures that can change the planet and be about our shared humanity.